keen, I was very much, yeah. So, yes, I mean to say that I was very keen to have session with you.
Thank you so much for this honor that you have given me. So it was my great pleasure, and it is also my great pleasure to have you on this platform because you are an experienced person and you are highly honorable to me and you are very respectable to me.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. But if I talk about this language, I'm not that much with my language. Like I can't see myself on an advanced level. I want to become, but yes, I'm trying my best to see myself on the advanced level. Yeah, but right now I'm not. So I can say that I'm on the intermediate level and working to achieve my skills and my goals. So let me see. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. One day you will achieve your target because you are doing your struggle to your level, to your best level, and it is the greatest pleasure and it is the greatest honor that we are doing our struggle. We are not becoming as lazy as the circumstances are. We are going against the circumstances, and this is the greatest reality. And because we become the master of our own destiny, we do not
Right.
accept the destiny as it is, and so it is the greatest thing to have in the human nature, to struggle to make his name or her name in the world.
Yes. Right. Right. So, Gul, today I'm connecting with you for the first time. I watched some of your videos, so I was so much inspired from watching your videos, and you speak so well. So I wanted to connect with you. That's the reason I was looking for you. And it's been so long that I was trying to connect with you, but anyhow, we did not get chance. Like you were busy with your festival, like Ramzan days, right? And I was busy with my family. So anyhow, I tried my best, and today it happened. I told you today I have time, so I connected with you. And yeah, today is the first time that I'm connecting with you, and I'm very glad. And I was very keen, and really looking forward to have this of sorry, session of mine with you. Okay, lovely, lovely, so great. Yeah, really wonderful. You do like you have done many achievements in your life. Yeah. So I and like you have post graduation, you have completed in two subjects, in English as well as in history. You mentioned, right? So in history, there are many
Yes.
kind of histories, like what I know, like ancient history, medieval history, modern history. So what was your subject?
Yes, ma'am. It is the most favorite question and most favorite subject of mine. Then, and there were many options. Like in second year, there were options of medieval history, Middle East history, Indo-Pak history, Islamic history, and European history. But I was the keen observer of European history because of English
Okay.
literature. So I opted that European history, and you would be amazed and surprised by this fact that at that time I didn't get the books on European history in English language, and then I purchased the books in Urdu medium, and then I translated them into English. That was the laborious task, and I think that because of that reason I gained the topper because I burned the midnight oil just to translate each and every question into English and then attempted it with a variety of methods.
Yeah, very great work of yours. Really, I appreciate it. So much hard work. How could you do so much? Really, I do appreciate. And with your kids, like, when did it happen? Like all these your journey, as you mentioned right now, along with your kids, or before that?
Before that, all my achievements were before that, but my headship in English and history at Bahia Foundation is with my kids, and now YouTube journey is also with my kids. But I am doing my level best to make a justification between my channel and my kids because my kids and my channel are those two my priorities.
Okay, okay. Nowadays, as you are in the festive mood, so how you get time like to do this conversation and practice the language? Because you have four kids and you have so much of work these days actually. So how you manage? I wonder sometimes. Yeah.
And I have recorded some of the videos, conversational videos with many of YouTubers, and they are still in my, you can say, in my treasure box, inbox, and I utilize those videos whenever I don't get the time to have conversational videos. So in this way, I am trying to manage each and everything in the best possible manner. Because earlier my kids' exams were going on, and I have to concentrate on them, and my son got first position and my daughter got the second position as they were preparing for the speeches for their respective exams and for their annual distribution. So I have to manage so many things, and I was trying my level best. And I, as soon as I get the time, free time during the day, I have many conversations. Then I restore them for those days when I don't get the time to have conversational videos.
Very nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. So you told me to speak on something, right? You remember? Do you remember something?
Any
Like
idea?
comparison. Does comparison helps
Yes, yes.
or harm? Is it the same? Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am. You are very experienced personality, and you have watched many phases of your life. So I want to know from your perspective that what is comparison actually, and does this comparison necessary for the development, or is it a hindrance to get progress?
So you are asking about this learning language, English, about English, right?
About each and every perspective, and particularly regarding this language.
So particularly regarding this language, but say comparison, it harms also, it helps also. Okay. See, we when we like you are such a good speaker. When I'm having conversation with you, and suppose you are using very good words, then I get inspired from you. I get motivated. In this way, you are helping me. You know, I'm getting so much benefit from your language. So in this way, it is benefiting me. Okay. So it's very useful when we do compare in this way. But sometimes comparison is also harmful in the way, in the sense that we feel like depressed sometimes at moments. The person will feel dejected. The person is speaking so well? Why I'm not progressing? Why can't I speak so well as the other person is speaking? So in this way, I've seen many persons, they feel so much embarrassing moments. They feel, see, actually what I've seen so many persons, when I talk to them, they tell me, Ki, I'm stepping back because I can't do this, because I'm not able to do this. So I motivate them. You know, it will take time for you. So the comparison, when they compare with some advanced speakers, in that way it makes them harmful. Like they have so many issues, you know, anxiety, stress level, so these kind of issues. So I can, yeah. So do you have any other ideas about this?
Right, very rightly said, and very truly you have compared the two different situations. And as I believe in my case, comparison is the good one. Why comparison is the good one? I still remember those days when I was just got admission in my first year exam. I was the first one, and I just entered the college
Okay.
gate of urban city. I belong to a rustic area. I belong to a rural family, far from the urban area, the city area. You can see first day. I still remember the first day, the very first day when I entered the college gate, and
Okay.
there was a huge strength of girls because it was a government college. So there was a huge strength, and there was all the students belong to different categories at different stratas of, you can say, the private college schools and very polished schools, you can say English medium schools. And I
Okay.
belong to a Urdu medium regional schools, and I belong to a rustic area. But while stepping the very first step, when I entered the gate, I gazed at every girl, the face of every girl, and
Yeah.
and I still remember that at that moment I owed to myself. I take an oath to myself that I would done something great. Every day when I will enter through this gate, this phenomenal gate, I will make myself remember that why I am entering this gate, and I am here, and I would make the moment. so great that every girl would call me by my name. Because in the college, so great a strength is that it is nearly impossible to remember even the roll numbers of the students. And I was wishing at that moment that every girl should and would
Yeah.
recognize by my name that I am Gulnaz Aslam. That was my wish for the very first day. And after entering each and every day, you can say the 365 days, I just recollected, I just made myself remembered my oath that this is your ambition, this is your passion. Don't forget this passion. You have to make a comparison with those girls who are from the English medium schools, but still with your persistence, with your hard work, with your struggle, and with your determination and devotion, you have to do some miracle in the form of your marks.
Yes.
Then only this is the only condition, then the teachers and the students would call you as Gulnaz Islam. And by the grace of Almighty, that I would shower when the result of second year or the FA was declared. I was declared the topper of the college. And when I entered the first day of third year, you can say the third year student, then from wherever I went, from wherever I was walking, I remember, I listened the name, the girl's sound that this is the topper girl and her name is Gulnaz Aslam. And I thanked and paid the gratitude to the Almighty that I have achieved. And then I again took this resolution, this oath to myself that again I would do the same. So in my case, comparison is very good thing. How it is good thing? Because it makes you accountable. It makes you have a sustained success. It makes you a resolute one. Because if you are not doing your comparison with the others, how can you make yourself accountable? How can you make a sustained struggle, a sustained success? If you want to get your name in the society, then you have to make a comparison, but comparison in the constructive terms, not in the disruptive or not in the negative sense, because comparison is the most essential, is the most mandatory, inevitable thing to get success. All the personalities, all the people who have gained some status or some value, some prestige in the society, either in the field of economics, education, politics, every field. You can name any field of life. If you just read the history of those persons or personalities, you would come to know that there was some person, there was a few groups, or there were few people who were the cause of their struggle, who were the cause of their success. They wanted to prove to those groups. That's why they made a comparison. So behind each and every struggle, behind each and every success, we see a comparison, a positive, a constructive comparison, and that comparison makes the man.
Beautiful. The way you said all, really very well, very well. Fantabulous, really. And very well said. Like it does make, when we are comparing ourselves in the positive way, like suppose we are having a negative thought, why can't I do the way the other person is speaking? Why can't I? That time you feel depressed or somewhere you feel lack of confidence, right? So that makes a man, I mean to say, negativity, so much of negativity the person will have when we compare in the negative way. So everyone, the learners over here, they should be remain motivated, influenced by the speakers, how they speak. So listen to the vocabulary, to the sentences, how we frame the sentences. Okay. So vocabulary and grammar also. Listen to everything. It will make a man very perfect. Not in a day, not in few months. It will take a few time. It will take time, and everybody can do. See how you got motivated from all those girls, right?
Yes.
And yes, really something very
Ma'am,
common.
think of motivation, but there are two kinds of motivation according to me. And one is external motivation, the other one is internal motivation. And according to my belief, internal motivation is the strongest motivation in this world, because external motivation is that when we listen a speaker, a good speaker, when we see a rising personality, a successful personality, a dynamic personality, then we are inspired for a few moments. And
Yeah,
all the first year resolutions, all the resolutions on the eve of first year or on the eve of new year, are the
Yes.
product of this external motivation. That's why after 2 to 3 weeks, after 2 to 3 months, all the motivation dies down. All the motivation just fade away. It becomes invisible, and we cannot even catch that motivation. We can't even perceive or see that motivation. So if we have internal motivation, now what is internal motivation and how internal motivation is driven? It
Yeah.
is driven by our passion, a strong desire within our heart to become, to change our lives and to change the society at the large. So this internal motivation remains with your personality throughout your life, and it
Of
is
course.
not faded. It is not like the rainbow that after a few moments rainbow will disappear. It is not like the spring that after a few months or after a month all the colors of spring will vanish
They,
away. So I believe that internal motivation is the strongest one. And I want to know about you, your perspective.
motivation, it's a driving force, like inner something from inner urge we have. It's a driving force that makes us to learn this language or whatever we want to fulfill in our life. But that motivation, as you told earlier, like apart from this language, if we compare some, that comparison is harmful. If we compare the other person, how their status is, how they wear their clothes, their jewelry, nothing to, like ladies have comparison of this kind. I've seen many places, but that comparison does harm everybody. So we should try to live in our means only, not to copy others, not to compare the other person. Yeah, but with the language, of course, uh, we should go for the comparison if somebody is doing good. Somebody's having. See, I was so much motivated. There is one girl, I'm not able to recollect her name. She has a good vocabulary. So sometimes I very much motivated from her. So I asked her, what method did you follow? So what are your strategies that you have such a good vocabulary? You speak so well. So this is the way, like when we make comparisons in this sense, we become much better and much confident to speak. Right? Yeah.
Very, very rightly said, ma'am. Because in negative comparison, what is my perspective that in negative comparison, we only see the achievements, we only see the advantages, we only see the benefits which the other person is getting. But
Yes.
we are not ready to go through the path of difficulties, the path of challenges through which the person has gone through. This is the reality that we want to achieve the status, we want to achieve that success, that those benefits, those advantages, but we are not ready to do our level best, the person who has gone through all these phenomena of life. So in this way it becomes a negative comparison. If we take the two sides, that I want to get the success, second I will do the same kind of struggle, I will do the same kind of motivation, I will do the same kind of hard work, I will even burn my midnight oil, I will hit the books. If I am a student, I have to hit the books. If I want to pass the exams with flying colors, so
Of
I
course.
have to do each and everything at my disposal. But the thing is that when we are in the negative era, or when we have this wrong mindset, then we are only want to achieve the good things, the good results, the good destination, but we are not ready to do what the other person has done in his life.
Yes, right, right, right. Very true. Yes. I've seen one villager. He's a villager. He's from Lucknow. I'm residing in Lucknow, so he's close to my city. And he's a villager. He doesn't have that facility what city people have. Like he doesn't have Wi-Fi connection. He has an ordinary mobile. Like he can record the session as well, but he doesn't have that facility what the city people have. So he can do comparison. He can do comparison with city people. So, but he is like he is in himself. He doesn't want to make comparison. He came to me also one day. So he told me, ma'am, you have such a good place. You can record your solo videos over in this position, in this position, in this corner, and all that. But I don't have this kind of facility. So, but he could compare. But still, he's not comparing enough. He's in the village. He's doing such a good things. And his channel is also being monetized. He's doing such a hard work. He's such a good speaker, and he's working on his language because not making comparisons, right? So these are the lame excuses when the people say you can do much, but I can't do because I don't have that facility. But not being such a good, he doesn't have that facility what we people have, and still he is working on this because It doesn't make comparisons, you know. So the people can do much good, you know.
And because
Yeah,
yes, ma'am. Please continue, please.
sorry.
Please continue, ma'am.
No, I'm not getting your point. Yeah,
Yes, and I also believe that resources do not matter if you have an intact mind, because this mind is a resourceful machine for you. It can create, and very famous line of Milton is that if your mind is in the right place, it can make a hell out of heaven and a heaven out of hell. And this is very much true. This
yes,
depends upon your brain whether it what kind of scene or kind of canvas it is perceiving. Either it is perceiving a spring on the, either it is perceiving a winter on the canvas. It all depends upon our mind. So if we talk about the resources, if we talk about internet and all these kind of stuff and contents, then we would say that if when we were learning English language, when we were the students, even no mobile phone was allowed to us. There was not a single mobile phone at our disposal. So we relied only on the books, and two books, grammar book and the syllabus book. These
yes,
two were at our disposal, but we got the maximum usage of these two books and we tried our level best, and due to that we got this kind of fluency through which we are conversing with a lot of people and we are making connections, we are building relationships all around the world.
right, right. So, Gul, I have to end my session because it's time for me to have my dinner prepared. I want to prepare my dinner. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I had a good time with you, and yeah.
Thank you so much for having such a wonderful conversation or session with you.
Was not able to connect with you. So, in advance, happy Eid to you and celebrate your festival with happiness, right?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much.